How you doing, everybody? Greg Flower here, BRP instructor, and I got my sidekick, Miss Karen, and this is the 7 o'clock class on Thursday nights for Ditch the Spreadsheet. What we do here is we teach you how to use the next generation deal analyzer on the Buy It, Rent It, Profit education platform. So let's get into it. Let me share my screen. And everybody can see my,
Yes.
okay. So to get here, when you open up the platform, up top here, you're going to go to My Workstation. And then it's going to bring up the Tools and Resources dashboard. And then you're going to come to the Real Estate Investment Analyzer. I'm going to open that up. And here we are. So a new thing here to help with the CIOTA process, and if you've been involved with Buy It, Rent It, Profit at all, which I'm hoping most of you have, the CIOTA process, the strategic evaluation of a target area. This is what you do when you trying to find your target or potential tenants. So you're going to look for demographics and psychographics, and here's some of the tools that are going to help you. City Data is an amazing tool. I'm just going to click on it real quick. You can see the city data screen. Yes.
Yes.
So, and then, you click on a state. Or you can put in a zip code. Last time I clicked on a state and it worked just fine. Let's see. Here we go. So this is St. Petersburg, Florida, where we are. And it just gives you piles and piles of information. It's going to give you population over the last 25 years, 15 years. It's going to give you, I mean, you all can see the screen, pie chart by race. It also, oops, sorry. Lost it there for a second. Here we are, a pie chart by race, and it breaks down the percentages next to it. And generally everything here is like a 10-year, they go back 10 years. So here's urban population, the tax, the current tax for the zip code, which comes in handy when you're trying to estimate taxes. But look how far back it just gives you all this information. Charitable contributions, taxes paid, average income. So that's an important one for CIOTA. All these amazing demographic statistics. What's this? Average tax year. It gives ordinary dividends, taxable incomes, salaries. So that's just one of the tools here. Let me go back to here. So, and then you got Rent-A-Meter and apartments.com where you can check rents for a particular area. So I already have an address plugged in there. Let's go to a search. And here we go. So, you put in you're looking for apartments. Why it jumped like that? So you can go in by filters. You can get rent ranges, beds and baths. Another amazing tool you can search for rents in your area. Let's just put in the zip code. See if it works with just a zip code. There we go. And search. And here you go. That's good. It's going to bring up everything. And then you can go in and do filters. And this is a free service too. And if you do know anybody in the real estate professionals also have access to the MLS. So it's going to give you just averages for, this is a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 1 bedroom, 1 bath. And you can put in other filters as you go along. Another fantastic tool. And you have Crexi. Crexi is an amazing tool. Let me just click on that. This is the free version of Crexi, so it doesn't dive deep into it. But this is a way to help you search for properties. I'm just going to click on this one and see if it'll search. And so actually you can filter this one down. You go to multifamily. and we're just gonna look for apartments. So we're just gonna click out of here, and you can put in, let's see, Tampa. Because St. Pete's too long to write. And you hit search. And bam, brings you up to the Tampa area. Is the city of Tampa, and here's the outlying areas. And it brings up all these apartments that are for sale in the. You can also do this with single family homes. Craigslist's more commercial, really doesn't list, but it'll go down to duplexes and quads and what have you, triplexes. But another great way to find properties. I'm on the mailing list for Craigslist, so a lot of the properties we go over, I have a paid version, and they just send me all the emails that everything that's available in the area that I requested. But if you want to, if you want to set, it's not too expensive. It's a heck of a lot less expensive than CoStar. CoStar is another commercial avenue. You can also use LoopNet, but those are some great areas right here to do your COTA process. City Data is an amazing tool. When we were looking at a property in up in Ohio, up on one of the Great Lakes there, that's what I use. I use citydata.com, and I got all the data I needed to find my my prospect tenant. So let's get to it here. So this property here is in the Tampa area as well. The price is 599,000, 5.99 million. Their NOI is pretty good for 22 units. It's 339,114. So we're going to use a 7% interest rate. Oops, 7. And we're going to do 30 years. Let's find out what our down payment is. Probably going to be about, say 40, 42%. You want that nice NOI. So let's put in, let's see how I do, 42%. Look at that, 22, 43. So close. 44. So that's what your down payment's going to be right now. I mean, things will change as we go to play, because we like to go and play once we get our numbers in here. So it's 5.99 million. Our NOI is 399.4, 114, sorry. Our down payment's going to be a little over 2.5 million at 7%. We're going to go to 45. Look at that. 45 is too much. 44, there you go. And we're going to come over here to our start full investment. So this is 22 unit block, washer and dryer in every unit. Right now they have a pretty mixed up rent roll. So we get into it. We're buying multifamily, and that's it right there. I'm gonna find my picture. There it is. Look at me, Johnny on the spot with my picture. Bam.
Look at that. Nice job.
Karen be so proud of me. The site area is dun, 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 dun. I don't think they gave it to me here. They just gave me the rentable square footage, and which is more important than the actual lot. So no big deal. We can just go to 0. So bear with me while we're doing these rents. I'm gonna move you guys over here. So yes, we want to put the rents in. So there is one studio apartment. Just one, and average square footage is again, they just gave me the total square footage, or the rentable square footage. So I just divided that by 22. Again, not that critical. So each apartment, I'm just going to put 596 in. And the unit rent for this studio is $1,860 for a studio apartment in Tampa. What about that? So the rest are all 1 bedrooms, but they're all mixed in rent. So we have 9 of them. Gonna put 596. The first 9 are $2,100. So I'm assuming that's the top end. Might be able to go to 22, but we'll play with it. And we have another one. I know, right? It's crazy. They have 6 of these. 596. Now, considering and then a couple blocks away from the St. Pete Pier not too long ago, what Brian sold that a year and a half ago,
Mhm.
roughly.
15.
1980.
Yeah, it was 15. Maybe 15
Yeah,
and
he
change.
was getting $1,500 rent. So now that same studio in Tampa, which is a little bit further away from the pier, but uh going for 1860. So let's see here. We got more one bedrooms. Two at 1950. So I'm assuming these are just, oops. I'm assuming these are just older rents, older leases, I mean. And now we got a couple of singles. So they just haven't upped their rent yet. When I say they're older leases, they haven't hit the renewal mark yet. So this is at 1890. Still pretty high for a one bedroom,
Yeah. And it looks like a bunch of them can go up $200.
right? At least. Oh, don't worry, we'll play.
Mm-hmm.
And last but not least, the two old leases, one bedroom, two at 1820. I'll put that in. That's 596. So again, 22 units, depending on how old these leases are. They didn't list any other income either, but they say they're completely rented. And going by their rent roll, they are currently completely rented. So I'll just put 0 here too. You don't have to because it won't calculate. But we were at 2.7 before expenses. Now we're 9 point, almost 10% on the cash on cash.
That's without
But we do,
expenses.
yeah, it's without expenses. So they totally blew the tax number. Yeah, they listed their original tax number. I think it was at 34,000. And I just had to crack up laughing. I knew that was wrong. So, remember the way we calculate our new tax, which we want to put an accurate number here. It's going to be a big number. So you take the purchase price times 80%. That gives you a number. You times it by the millage rate. And in Tampa, that millage rate is 19.1974. Then you divide that number by 1,000. And in this case, I did do the minus 4%, because in the state of Florida, if you pay your taxes in November instead of waiting till March, you get a 4% early pay. So it's actually now 88,000
Wow.
or 62. And they had either 34 or 35,000. So I was like cracking up laughing. The insurance number was very low too. I added 10% to the insurance number. They had listed at 24. I got it at 26.4, which is probably still a little on the low side, but what are you gonna do? It's at this point, it's really just a guess. They don't list, well, they do list utilities, and they don't list a utility reimbursement, but the next number they listed is repairs and maintenance. So I'm assuming that they're upgrading apartments. So it's 811, 15,811. Then they list utilities. And I thought this was an incredibly high number. So I'm thinking they have a utility reimbursement number, but they just didn't list it in the OM. So it's 48,000,
Oh,
yeah, 670, which is a huge number. I mean, that's almost 10% of their income. And here's another one I crack up laughing about. Cable and internet. Why are
another
we
one.
paying for cable and internet?
Mm-mm.
When we go back and play, I'm taking that out because that's going to get put back on the tenants. There's no reason for that. But then they list a vacancy number. They say they're 100% vacant. So I'm assuming, I shouldn't assume really, and I don't know why they list it that way. Spelled it wrong, but oh well. 26,352. So I thought that was weird. And then I'm going to put reserves in 22 units times, excuse me, times $250
Are
per
these
unit.
renovated?
partially, I believe. That's the pictures in the OM, and after we play and we stop the recording, I'll show you guys the OM. They don't list garbage, and the pictures, there's only a minimal amount of pictures. So unless every apartment looks the same, and they are all renovated. But the number's not bad. Even with the higher insurance and the higher taxes, it's still at 44%. But they don't list garbage, so you figure that's going to be another 12 grand to 15 grand. They don't list any payroll. They don't list a management fee. So, they self-manage probably, but I can't believe that they don't pull a fee. So they're missing some stuff here, obviously. But I digress. We move along. So we're at less than 1% on cash on cash. So let's see what we got here. And look at our debt service coverage ratio. So we have to put a little bit more money down. So let's try 48%. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Let's go back. Nice part about this, you can always go back. 48% doesn't do it. 5? Nope, too much. Almost. A little bit more than half down. And like I said, once we start playing with these numbers, I want to get it close. 1.25. Look at that. So 51% will probably do it. So if again, the debt service coverage ratio, for people who don't know, the banks want to see this at 1.25 or higher. A little while ago, it was 1.3. But look, we put more money down. We're at 1.5% now on our debt service coverage, because we put more money down, quite a bit more money actually. Yeah, but now we can just move forward. So you can do anything you did that you wanted to change, you can edit here. These are all the numbers that we put in so far. So see our annual growth, we want to grow that by 3%. We want to get our expense. I wish I could put a 0 there, but oh well. Cost of sale 1.5, and this only calculates up to 10 years, but that's fine. And here's our numbers. Let's see, what do we get? So our net cash flow for our year one. Now, even with our lousy cash on cash return at less than 2%, our net cash flow at the end of year one is still $60,000. Is it fantastic? No, not really. But we're going to go back and play. But let's see what our IRR is. I'm going to say, I was going to guess 8.5. It's not bad. It's just under 10. We like to see it up, 12 or higher. But not bad. Let's say future sale. Oh, so our future's $83 million. Or $83,000, sorry. I don't know why it says that there. Oh, because it's calculating out all this. Okay. But again, you can download the PDF, which looks amazing. And I'm gonna move you guys over. Oh, I can still do that here. Go here. And we can go down to the bottom over on the right here. You have the link. We can copy it, which I just did. Let me open my email. Compose. Send it to me, which I love about this. And when you send it to somebody, let's say if I sent it to Karen and she's somewhere else, we can go through it together and we can, in real time, change all the numbers. So it's actually pretty cool the way that works. And you just copy the link, send, go to my inbox, and there it is. The miracle of modern electronics. But let's go back and play. This is the fun part. Just move you guys down here now. So let's go back up to property income. So we're going to leave the studio. That poor guy's paying a lot of money. But we're going to leave him the way he is. But we're going to put the other 21 units at this top number, the 2100. So let's change this to 22. And let's get rid of these guys. Oh, 21, not 22. The 22 unit building. So I calculated out, under the old rents, our annual number was $527,040. See, now it went up to 551,000, almost 552, halfway through. But again, no other income. That's sad. No fees.
They washer and dryers?
I'm sorry?
Washer and dryer?
In the units. Every
Okay,
unit
so
has
they
its
wouldn't
own
get any,
washer
all
and
right, so
dryer.
they wouldn't get any laundry income.
No.
Mm.
Oop, let me go back. Sorry, went the wrong way again. So now, look at our cash on cash. It's 2.76. Not bad. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Maintenance repair. What I wanted to do here, I wanted to take out
Cable.
the cable number. That's going
Mhm.
back to them. So let's see, what are our expenses should have gone down? Yeah, 29%.
Did
Is
you
that,
have, you don't have any utilities?
I
Did you
do,
put a
well,
utility number in?
there was utilities there. What happened to it?
I don't know.
I hate when that happens. Yeah, the utility number was, that was the 48,000.
48,000, yeah.
That's why we went down to 29%. Must have hit something else by accident. So let's see what our expenses are now. Yeah, 38.
There we go. 38.
But I took
Still
that
low.
out. Yeah. Let's see where we wind up. They were up to 3, almost 3.5. So let's go see what our cash on cash turned into. Our net cash flow now went to over $100,000 in year one. So
Mm.
we were at 60,000. So it went up $40,000, our net cash flow. Our cash on cash returns almost a 4, but it's like right where we like to see it. Well, let's see what our IRR went up to. That's
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
over 12 now.
Yeah.
But wait, there's more. Let's go to, that's expenses. I'm at the wrong. Oh, look, there's our
Wow.
net service ratio. See here? No, that's it. Let's say we get this for 5.5. Let's apply. Let's see where we wind up now. So now, by negotiating a better price, we're at 4.77. This is what I love about this deal analyzer. You can just keep changing stuff and changing stuff, and you don't have to worry about tabbing back and forth and back and forth. So again, look at our debt service coverage ratio now. So
Wow.
we've raised rents. Our debt service coverage is well above 2.5. Let's see now. I'm going to say we went up to about 15%, but let's catch our net cash
Oh,
flow,
wow.
$146,000. And our cash on cash is 4.77, almost a 5, 13. All right, so it only went up a point here, but this is what I love about this deal analyzer. And you can change things in real time and do everything you need to do. Property expenses, you can go back and play with expenses again. No management fee, that's amazing. So I
Put
mean,
in
obviously,
5%.
what? Put in
5%.
5%? Yeah, I
Yeah.
could do that. Let's see what that comes out to. Boom, 27,000. So that took the cable TV number and you just pushed it up here. And
Mhm.
garbage is gonna be at least $12,000,
Yeah.
right? And that utility number, if you bring utility ranger in
Mhm.
and do a utility reimbursement program, you
Yeah.
can chop that down probably to 15,000. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna chop that down to 15 because now we're doing a utility reimbursement program. So yeah, it went down a little bit, 4.5. And that's not too bad considering we just we just added a bunch of expenses that should be there anyway. All right, so we went down $20,000 here. Our cash on cash return is still 4.5. Not bad. And we're almost at 13% on IRR.
Yeah.
You
that's all
gotta
nice.
love this.
Yep.
Now, let me stop
Awesome.
sharing. And that's it. That's the next generation deal analyzer on the Buy It, Rent It, Profit educational platform. And if anybody has any questions at all about how to operate the deal analyzer, you can always contact me on the platform or Karen, and she can get a hold of me, or you can email me at greg@brpedu.com. So, and that's it. First, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Home Depot Pro, My House Deals, Lincoln Lending, and who else am I missing? Who am I missing?
Ed Clough for Schools of Real Estate,
Ed Coffer Schools for Real Estate.
your
Sorry, Ed.
title.
Stewart Title, and we'll be moving right along. So we're going to stop the recording. Have a good night, everybody. See you next week, Thursday night, 7 o'clock. Every Thursday night at 7. We're here teaching the deal analyzer. Good night.